Hello and welcome to another Super Player video. This one is going to be looking at issue 18 from April 1994. Really surprised the condition of this magazine, really being looked after. I'm not saying the other ones haven't, but yeah, it almost looks new. Anyway, cover game slash feature, not particularly one title, but the cover is saying Spellbound, will the latest SNES games bewitch you? And on the cover here we've obviously got quite a few of the reviews that are featured: Super Puyo Puyo, Pinball Dreams, Tetris Gaiden, Rainbow Bell Adventures, Soldiers of Fortune, Stanley Cup, Humans and Lufia, which is a RPG. So here we go with issue 18. First up, obviously, advert as usual and the editorial page. So, and then again, I have had a flick through a few of the later issues a couple of nights ago just to have a bit of an idea of a few things that are coming up in the videos that I will be doing. And the magazine does change quite a bit, you know, as in its lifetime, but you'll see that, you know, like I just have. Anyway, so contents pages, not really, you know, filling the well, not really blowing you over with loads and loads and loads of different things listed. You know, as you can see, there's a few big key reviews down here. Up here you've got a box out for the Turtles Tournament Fighters fighting game, and then you've got a couple of other features. And again, we're still keeping down here, you know, like all your regular monthly features and things like that. So anyway, I'll stop babbling about that. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but around this time, obviously, you'd had Mortal Kombat, which was the big violent game, and obviously everyone up in arms with, you know, kids playing violent games. So basically, what was brought in was this rating system by, was it Elsper? So I'm just having a quick look myself if it was Elsper who did it. Anyway, so we have this little character here with a TV for a head, with, as you can probably tell, whether the game was suitable for particular ages. Obviously something like Doom would probably just be 15, 17 and 18 plus back then, really. Anyway, so that was a big story there. And then also down here you got a little bit of news on Stunt Race FX, a game that I really never got on well that well with. But anyway, we'll get to that when it does get reviewed in a few issues. So anyway, we've got some sequels coming. Obviously a bit of news here. You've got Turrican sequel coming up, Clay Fighter 2, Bubsy 2 and another Tasmania game. Got a bit of news here from US Gold. They were doing a World Cup USA 94 game. That wasn't that bad, really. And also they did the Incredible Hulk, which I've never played, so I can't comment on that. Here we have got the latest fanzines. On the cover here we've got Zool, Game Boy, Street Fighter 2, Sonic, so obviously it's a fanzine covering for, well, all consoles. Electronic Entertainment it was called. It doesn't say how much that one was. Well, it probably will do if I read through the entire article. And up here we've got a book all about Secret of Mana. So official guide there. That was priced at $14.99, 168 pages. So I bet that was you know, handy at the time. Definitely. Again, not really internet guides. Then we've got the Live from Hell City. A load of well, we've got Dragon Ball Z there. We've got some Street Fighter 2 t-shirts, some James Pond t-shirts down here from EA Sports, because obviously they were bringing them out on the console releases. Moving on, we've got Fantasy Quest, looking at Ogre Battle 2, Feder, the Emblem of Justice, game I've never played, Fire Emblem. Really like the Fire Emblem games. I've never actually played the Super Nintendo one, so I can't exactly comment on them. I can only presume that, you know, it's similar to you know, what they were on the Nintendo consoles, you know, like the DS and the Game Boy Advance and things like that. So if I ever do get like a Retron 5 and manage to play a patched version, and it will be interesting to find out. Anyway, moving on, we've got a little bit of news here. Disney and Virgin working together, so we're showing Aladdin down here. Virgin did the Mega Drive version, Capcom did the Super Nintendo version. Few tips again if you buy mail order, which again you see every single time you watch these videos. Towards the back there's loads and loads of mail order companies. Superplay hot list, we have got is it Mario's? Oh, Mario is missing. What have we got here? Is it Clax? Yeah, wow. They're playing Clax. F-Zero, NBA Jam, Mega Man X, and Legend of Mystical Ninja 2 will play in that there, which I've still not actually played that. Anyway, oh well, speaking of that, I remember when I picked up my own copy of Legend of Mystical Ninja 2, and he commented and it's like, oh, it's such a good game, you know, so I remember saying to him on Twitter, and it's like just before Christmas, I do need to play it, still haven't, you know, months on. Come on, what am I playing at? Anyway, moving on, we've got a advert here for Choplifter 3. I remember buying that, but I can't remember if I actually liked it or not. I don't think I kept it for that long. Anyway, done by Ocean. And another Ocean game here, Claymates. Obviously, same company that did Clay Fighter. Just yet another platformer. Not really that great a game. It's not terrible, but yeah, you know. Here we have got a few more joypads and multi-taps. So we've got the Tribal Tap, which I do remember that. TriStar, Heat Seeker, and some other turbo controller there. Then the Blabbermouth with Chris and Tell. Anime World. What have we got here? Last few bits of news. Yogi Bear. And just another couple of little bits down here. What's number one in the charts? Mario Kart. Okay, so that's shot back into the charts. So there must have been a lot of Super Nintendo new owners, maybe around 1994. What else have we got? We've also got, sorry, I'm just changed my angle a bit. Also got Mega Man X on the UK import chart. Also got the Romancing Saga and Japanese chart, and Madden NFL 94 in the American chart. Obviously, being an American football game, really, really popular. And like I mentioned when I saw a review of it the other video, not really my cup of tea. Anyway, next up we've got the show report, Las Vegas 1994. So obviously a chance to see all the latest upcoming you know, games and things like that. So we've got oh, who is it? What have we got? Is this Skull Jarga 2? Never played the first one, so I can't really comment on that. Is that another Bubsy game that I can see there? Yeah, Bubsy 2. Looking at all these companies, about half of them have gone. I know Acclaim has, not too sure on Absolute. You've got Sunsoft here, you've got Sony obviously bringing out a few games for the Nintendo platforms. Who else? We've got Capcom talking about, what is it? Oh, no news of Super Street Fighter 2 at that time, but obviously it's not too much further after this period. Who else have we got? We've got a bit of news there from Squaresoft. Oh right, okay. Sunsoft here, they're on about Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, which is a spin-off of Aero the Acrobat. I've got Zero on the Mega Drive, meant to be quite rare, still not played it though. Anyway, moving on. Show report, Slots of Fun, 50th Amusement Trade Exhibition. So obviously a massive deal, 50 years of arcades, so obviously that's quite impressive. So here we've got Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom, which is a great game. Obviously I love the scrolling beat 'em ups. And then what have we got? Eco Fighters, which again I've played on my GXD, and that's quite good. A little bit like UN Squadron-y type thing. Obviously it's done by Capcom, so I'm probably just making cheap comparisons there. And then what else have we got? We've got Blood Warrior, Hard Driving Airborne, never ever seen that. Under Fire, Daytona by Sega, which everyone knows, Superior Soldier, BC Kid, Gunlock, and Racing Force. So showing a few arcade cabs there. Next up, a couple of interviews as basically a couple of, well, violent games are coming out on Nintendo consoles. We've got Cannon Fodder and Syndicate, both obviously a bit more of adult themes, really popular on the Amiga. They have the console conversions nowhere near as violent as the Amiga version of things, and when we do get up to Syndicate at a later issue, you'll see the difference. I'm not going to go into it now. I've played the Super Nintendo version of Cannon Fodder, which, you know, is still quite similar. It's just not as fun not being able to use a mouse. Anyway, on to reviews. The first review, Lufia and the Fortress of Doom. Now, I'm pretty sure this is one that does sell for quite stupid money. Obviously complete and everything like that. It's not one that I need in my collection. It's not really one that I'd be looking out for. But anyway, I've given that 79%. And then we have got Alcest. God, I might be pronouncing that wrong. Again, another RPG, 69%. I have it here for Virtual Soccer. Pop and Twinbee Rainbow Bell Adventures. First one, obviously, more of a shoot 'em up. This one, more of a side-scrolly type platformer. You know, I have played this, but not since it came out. So I'm going back a very long time ago. 70% they gave that, not as highly rated as the Pop and Twinbee, the first one that was reviewed, I think, back in issue 8. Anyway, next up we've got an advert for Equinox, a review for Pinball Dreams, obviously popular on the Amiga, 75%. See, that's one thing that just bothers me, because to get Pinball Dreams obviously on Super Nintendo, 45 quid, and then at this time you can get it on your Amiga for about 15, maybe 20 quid, so it's a massive difference. Anyway, moving on, Super Puyo Puyo, which is in the Super Play Top 100 list, but under the name Kirby's Avalanche. The UK release name was Kirby's Ghost Trap, but anyway, 91%. Next up, Humans, 70%, game I've never played, so I can't comment on it. And then we've got Soldiers of Fortune, the American title of Chaos Engine, obviously a great game on the Amiga. I do own this, it's in Super Play Top 100, well, we've put it under Chaos Engine. I bought it, God, it was late last year, paid 25 quid for it, and it's in really good condition, and a fantastic game. 2-page advert here for Games Master, obviously a magazine that's still going now. So on the Games Master there's a competition for Gremlin, there's Sonic 3 in there, NBA Jam, NBA Showdown, Hyperdunk, Barclays Shut Up and Jam. Just a load of basketball games then, really. Absolutely fantastic looking at all these old magazine ads. NHL Stanley Cup, 79%. Can't comment on it. Next up, a cartoon tie-in, Inspector Gadget, 71%. So I suppose that's not too bad, really. You know, not the type of thing I'd ever really got in my way to have a look for. Also, just a bit of a mail order update here. We've got things like an advert here for NBA Jam, 55 quid or 70 quid with a multi-tap. Lethal Forces with the gun, 65 quid. Mega Man X, 55 quid. Secret Mana, 55 quid. So obviously some crazy prices back then, but then again, that's what we're spending on games nowadays almost, isn't it? Then we've got a load of Super Nintendo games, Famicom, 3DO, hardware, Neo Geo, a little bit of Jaguar stuff there as well. Atari Jaguar, 200 quid. A UK machine, 300 quid. Alien vs Predator, Call, Raiden, £55. Wow. Advert for Edge, Tetris Battle Gaiden, a game that is still on my to get list for Super Play Top 100. We gave that 86%, so quite a good rating. Choplifter 3, this is what I mentioned before when I saw the advert, can't remember much about it, but 80%, so not that bad, not bad at all. And then here we have got PC Gamer, Prepare to Meet Thy Doom. It's talking about the original Doom, So this was coming out 24th of February, 1994. And you're thinking now, quite a few years on, we're almost getting the next Doom game. This game, Metal Marines, a bit of a strategy game. Not bad either. I remember buying this, spent a bit of time on it, but I did trade it in when there was something I wanted more. This is something that I wouldn't mind getting in my collection again. It's not in the Super Play Top 100, but I just enjoy it. But anyway, 80%. Soccer Kid, platformer, 84%. We've given that there, sorry, just cutting it off there. Then we've got Lester the Unlikely, a game that just always, just to me, looked awful. 52%, and then an advert for Wolfenstein. Then we have got a competition for some anime stuff. The guide for Turtles Tournament Fighters, all your different fighters, all your different moves. As I said, I played it fairly recently, but yeah, I'm not that keen on it. Fantastic game here. Rock and Roll Racing, done by Ocean. Then we have got Game Freak. So just having a quick look, see if anything's jumping out here. No, well, not just by glancing at the pictures anyway. And then we've got obviously the Mode 7 cheats. So we've got cheat for Zool here. And level select. Like I say, if anyone's listened to our latest episode, it's all about Gremlin games, so Zool does get a mention. Other cheats, Street Fighter 2, what else we got? Secret of Mana, make your party immune to spells. Oh wow, okay. For Lawnmower Man, what else have we got? Arrow the Acrobat, Actraiser 2, Turtles, Tournament Fighters. Advert here for Total. Look as cool as this guy with his girlfriend because he reads Total, obviously. And then we've got the playback, so what's hot and what's not. What's hot, the life of battery backup carts. Now I know that some people can obviously swap these over now. You know, we've got the skills if you do buy second-hand carts. Whether Nintendo are being fair to users, I don't know what that's about. Should there be a how to draw anime guide? Well, I don't know if that ever happened off the top of my head. And then what's not? How do I get to the first screen in Secret of Mana? Oh, sorry, how do I get off the first screen on Secret of Mana? God, I thought I was bad at games. Boring detailed guides to anime characters and Brookside. And then anyway, we've got the envelope art. Again, the Nintendo hotline, so asking there about Mr. Nuts, which is quite a tough game in places, it really, really is. And then we've got the What Cart, as said, anything which is in the red scores there are really, really highly rated. What Cart there, taking up quite a few pages, so obviously you can see why they did eventually get rid of it. And then we've got the Super Play Classic Collection, it's back. Secret of Mana, 94%, Zelda Link to the Past, 93%, and Final Fantasy 2, 86%. So, bit of a RPG adventure special there. 3 great RPGs. Back issues page. Here's obviously what I mentioned before with all the mail order companies and things like that. Supermarket classified ads, and then subscribe. And then we've got next issue. So that is it. Last page, Clay Fighter. Which again, not a fantastic scrolling beat. It's not scrolling beat 'em up. Not a fantastic one-on-one beat 'em up, but not terrible either. You know, it's one that I picked up last year for I think 12 quid, so it's worth that. Anyway, that was issue 18. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting as usual and everything. And again, keep listening to the show, checking out videos. Thanks a lot. Bye.